Hi, Wolka. It's so nice to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on, Elijah. Excited to be here and excited to answer your questions.
Beautiful. I love that. And thank you for being here. I truly appreciate that. And secondly, you see,
It's a blessing to be on your show.
yeah, man, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things. All right. Firstly, Wolka, I want to thank you for investing in yourself. Okay. Sorry about that. My voice. All right. Here we go. So I want to thank you for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you invested in yourself. And oftentimes, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, Walker, I was on that particular road some months back, and by the roadside, there was a mango tree. And you see, this mango tree didn't really catch my attention. Why? Because it's got no fruit on it, no mangoes on it, just look dry and not attractive at all. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, just recently, okay, I was on that same road. Something changed this time. You see, I sat at the mango tree from afar, from a distance. Then I told the person beside me, I said, hey, man, you see, you've got to hold on a second. I want to go check that tree again. You see, I'm getting confused. Something is, you know, and I moved closer and oh man, it wowed me. Why? Because this time around, the mangoes got a lot of fruit trees got a lot of mangoes on it. Not just mangoes, but ripe mangoes. And I was like this, wow, this is beautiful. Okay, the point is the fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing person you are today attracted me to you. You see, the stuff I was reading about you and getting to learn more about what you do and the impact of what you do, it amazed me and I was excited. And that's why you got the message from me. Would you like to be on the show? Because I would love to benefit from your wisdom and even the listeners too will love to. So thank you so very much, Walker, for investing in yourself. I truly appreciate that. And
Yeah, it's a beautiful story and a beautiful analogy.
yeah, man, thank you. And secondly, thank you for being here. Because if you had said nope, there was nothing I could do about it. So thank you so very much. Okay, let's get started. I see. I am quite excited to have you on the show, man, for some reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking, because I believe in order to transition from a chaotic situation to that of a beautiful one, Welcome, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information. And you see, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness means ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. The second reason why we decided to have the amazing work on the show is for the sake of the listeners. You see, work, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got a lot of information flying out there, how to do this and how to do that. So those folks trust me for quality information. And I got excited when I came across your profile because I believe our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So for that reason, Walker, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or professional journey. You know, we are just so curious. We want to know how you got here. And afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Walker, over to you.
Yeah, no, for me, starting out from Richmond, Virginia. I got two sisters, grew up in a loving household. I went to church every Sunday, and I was really big into sports. I played football and lacrosse my entire life, and then got recruited to Wake Forest in North Carolina to play football. So I went to Wake. I started playing football, majored in econ, and I kind of put my identity in football early on. And I was kind of like my like why, my purpose, and it was not very deeply rooted. I didn't really have a foundation. And then like sophomore year, a lot of really tough times happened, like on the home front in relationships, with school. Like I wasn't playing football, anymore. So that kind of got to kind of strip my identity away there. I was just really lost, to be honest with you. I was in a weird place of time. And my best friend and brother Hampton was going through that with me. And that's why we created Ascend Meditations, which is a meditation app that is tailored specifically for you, for whatever you're going through. So for me, the things that I was struggling with, I didn't have a resource to reach out to because until I started reaching out to the community, but having like a personal resource on the side was essential for me and my story. So what we wanted to do was use artificial intelligence the right way. So we had used apps like Calm, like Headspace, and they were great apps. They gave like base meditations, base sleep stories, but nothing felt unique for me for what I was going through. And that's why we decided to use artificial intelligence the right way to create like your own personalized meditation stories. So that's kind of where I see my life heading. I just see, you know, myself helping people gain a more mindful edge, one day at a time, and just overall just making this world a better place. I know it's a cliche, but you know, really like Bob Marley said it best, like one love, like everyone love each other, spread love, and you can't ever be as kind. So everybody's so kind. So just spread love to one another. And it's kind of why I'm here. That's my mission.
Amazing, man. I love that. You see, you made use of some of my favorite words. Number one, you mentioned purpose. Number two, you also mentioned help. And the cliche part where you said, making the world a better place. I tell you, that's amazing. You see, when I listen to people talk, all right, I'm always curious about something. And the thing is, I just want to know the motive behind what they're doing. Ever since you started talking, what I was busy looking for was, okay, man, just say it. I want to hear the motive. And you said it. You want to help people make the world a better place. And that's amazing. And now you created a solution to solve a particular problem, and you are not self-centered. You thought about other people too who might also be in that same situation. And you mentioned you created the artificial intelligence to create the meditation stuff. And that's amazing. I love that. You see, listening to someone who's got this kind of mindset is actually a blessing, man, I tell you. And I love that. Keep it up. So you mentioned being
I appreciate it.
playing football and all. So I'm going to pick the first question from there. All right. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. So how do you balance being a student athlete with running a startup? Can you talk to us about it?
Yes. Yeah, no, 100%. So coming in freshman year, I definitely didn't have the best time management skills, but early on, Division I college football is a full-time job. Like you lift at a certain time, like you eat at a certain time, you sleep at a certain time, like it's very structured. So early on, I learned discipline and consistency. Those are like the two words that really define my life. Discipline was just doing the right things all the time, like saying no to things that could potentially harm your body or not make you, wake up in the morning or, read books, like do the right things, right? Maintain that discipline on four fronts: spirituality, the mental, the physical, and the emotional and social. Consistency was just waking up every day, being the same exact person, being proactive and not reactive. Those two attributes carried right into Ascend, because when you love what you do and you have discipline and you're consistent, it kind of goes right with it. It ties together, right? Kind of moving forward, I'm just so grateful for like my team as well. Unbelievable team to Ascend. Me and my partner, and we have 4 developers and 2 more marketing specialists too that are helping us out. And they're unbelievable people. So they make it fun to go to work. And I think that's something that everyone needs to find. Like I know, Elijah, what you're doing right now. You love talking to people. You love being a light and spreading the word. Like that's unbelievable, man. And that's like your purpose and your passion. And that's a beautiful thing. And everyone needs to find that in their life. So that's, to answer your question, at times it is challenging just because we're all on different schedules. But because of getting the who before the what, getting the right people on the bus, it's made Ascend so much easier because everyone on the team can pick up when I'm at football or when I'm not as busy and everyone else is doing their things. I can step up, and that camaraderie is huge and it allowed us to really mitigate and, overcome some really tough challenges. So it's all about the team.
It's all about the team. I got that. Okay, I have one more, yeah. Not one more. We still have like 3 more to go. Okay. So what skills from football have helped you in your entrepreneurial journey? Any skills from football?
Yeah, no, I think the biggest one is just the mindset shift. Just knowing that, it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. Like you're going to have days when things don't go exactly according to plan, but the ability to kind of switch on the fly or like be innovative, find a solution within the problem real quick to fix that. That's something you learn early on in football because, in the game, everything's not always going to go right. So a quarterback might throw a bad ball, like you might get sacked, you might have bad field position, but like when you work together as a team, you can overcome those obstacles. And I found that very helpful when it comes to Ascend, just like the mindset shift. Yeah. So I would say that's the main thing that's really helped and excelled from football to Ascend.
Amazing. Yeah, I got that. And you see, one thing I also really like about football, and it's a principle, and I got this principle from watching football back then. All right, and I applied it to my life. And the principle is, no matter the scores, you've got to keep playing. You see, I was watching a match one time where these guys they were losing. All right, I think the score was about 3-0, and they were losing. And you see, they were still playing as though they are winning. And I was like, wow, that's actually good stuff. And you see, and I applied it to my life that no matter what you're going through, you've got to stand strong and keep pushing. Don't you ever relent, don't you? Because those guys would never say, you see, they have beaten us and they've gotten a lot of scores that we do. Let's just stop. Referee just blow the match, let's just put an end to this stuff. No, they just keep playing until the time is right for it to be over. And I said, this is good stuff to learn. Then I applied it in my life and it has been very helpful. So I got that. Yeah, so let us talk about the future of Ascent. Okay, so what is your vision for the future of Ascent? Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah. So right now, we're on the App Store. We're about 2 months from the Google Play Store, and we're just kind of growing organically. We're hopping on podcasts, we're reaching out to people, and just trying to see if this is a resource that will help them. We're also doing some synergies with Wake Forest and Georgetown, where we both, me and my partner, are going to go to Wake Forest, and my partner goes to Georgetown, and really trying to get this app as like a welcome package for students in orientation programs, because that transition from high school to college is so tough. Like, you're leaving home and it's a whole new environment. You're making all new friends. For a lot of people, you're in a different state, and that can be a challenging time for people. And that really can, affect the mental, because, everyone's different. And having this resource as an outlet, you don't necessarily have to tell people exactly what you're going through if you're not comfortable with that yet. You can create your own meditation to help you deal with your anxiety or gain a mindful edge. So to answer your question, the way I see it excelling in the next 5 years is I see it helping 5 million people in the next 5 years. I don't think it's never been about making money, or no monetary value whatsoever added to that. It's more about one more person uses the app, one more person gets better sleep, one more person becomes more mindful, one more person's living a happier, healthier life. That's the most rewarding thing, is when we send out these surveys, when people are texting me or sending me an email and they're like, dude, your app is genuinely changing my life. It's making me more mindful. I'm seeing the world in a different light. Like, I'm seeing God's creation, all of his beauty. Like, that is what's so rewarding to me. That's how I see it progressing. Every year I just see it expanding, growing to new markets, and overall helping more people. Because at the end of the day, I'm a servant leader and I'm here to serve others.
For words, I love that. And that just reminds me of something. There is actually a solution to every problem. You see, you are basically working your purpose now, and it is serving people. But I tell you, there was a time where people needed this stuff and it was nowhere to be found. But you are doing what you're doing now, and it is helping diverse folks. And that's amazing. I love that. So how do you stay focused and motivated in tough times, like during ups and downs?
Yeah, that's another great question. You're killing it. I think you just hit it on the nail. It's your purpose. It's your why. When you have that why, when you have that purpose, and that foundation is strong, whatever your foundation is, like, my foundation is in my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And no matter what happens, he's my rock. He's my pillar. And, I thought about an analogy the other day, like when you're at the beach and you got like a pier, right? And these pillars are so far down in the ocean, and these waves just smack against the sides of the pillars on the beams. Those beams never move because the foundation's strong. And my foundation being the Lord, like, that's my why. And he's calling me to serve others and make the world a better place. So when I have these tough times, like, they're not tough because he's right with me. You know what I mean? And they are tough. They can be tough, right? But they're not, because he pulls you out of that and he's right there. So I think understanding your why and your purpose and having your foundation set will get you through those tough times.
Well said, man. Jesus is Lord today and forevermore. And I love how you infuse that, man. Yeah, it's the rock. I tell you, it's the foundation. He helps us and he opposes. Man, I tell you, there are times where, you see, the devil sends a lot of attacks and a lot of tough stuff. But you see, with Jesus by my side, I just keep standing. I tell you. It just keeps standing and is our helper and foundation. So I got that. So to bring this to an end, Orca, what would you like to leave the audience with, like a final thought? And to those who like to reach out to you, learn more about what you're doing, or even make use of your application, how can that be possible? Okay, can you hear me?
I can't.
Okay, yeah,
Sweet.
there we go. Yeah, so I said to bring this to an end, what would you like to leave the audience with, like a final thought? And to those folks who would like to reach out to you, learn more about what you're doing, or even, start using your application, how can that be possible?
Yeah. If you want to reach out to us, if you want to use Ascend Meditations, if you just search up on the App Store Ascend Meditations, the app will pop up. You can just download it. It's free. And then if you want to follow us on any social media, it's ascendapp.ai. And if you'd like to reach out to me, please email me. If it's anything about like Ascend, Walker Ferguson at Ascend Meditations. No one's ever too small to do something. Every single impact, like every single day, you can make an impact on the world, no matter how small it is. Nothing's too small. So every time we can be a light in someone's life, make their life a little bit better, go the extra mile to do that. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're all about. We're here to love and serve one another. So just honestly make the world a better place. That's what I say.
Amazing. That's right, man. I got that. So that's going to be the end of the show, Walker. Thank you for coming. And thank you for sharing this amazing stuff with us. It means a whole lot, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah.